Yeah, welcome. So, legendary rapper Mase came out swinging at his former partner, Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, with claims that the producer slash artist slash businessman slash Mongol, soon to be billionaire, has been withholding his masters and he hasn't received royalties from his records over the years. And this is very disheartening, you know what I mean? Mase is one of the foundation members of Bad Boys. Bad Boys would not have been what it is today if not for Mase, you know? Even after Biggie Small met his demise, Mase was the one that held up the label for a long time and has written several of Puff Daddy's hits for, as it relates to him being an artist, you know what I mean? If you notice, even the common flow that Puff Daddy uses is Mase flow. Even Puff Daddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, who is also a rapper, his flow is also Mase's flow, and it is also said that Mase had some role in his development as it relates to crooning his career and his stylistic flow. So somebody like that, you would think that Puff Daddy would do the right thing. You know what I mean? He's one of those persons who tends to speak on unity, black ownership, and so forth. So if you are about it, then be about it and pay this man his money. This man has been nothing short of loyal to you. And it is always so weird, you know what I mean? It's like the human race cannot satisfy. As a human myself, I grapple with that. Each time I get something, I want something else. I have another goal. And it's the same things with billionaire. That's why some people say that money doesn't fix problems. You know what I mean? Money doesn't quench one's thirst, because despite of how much money you come in the possession of, you still want more and you still feel the need, to withhold such pleasures from someone else, spreading the wealth, sharing the blessing. Because you would think that Puff Daddy, who is a few millions away from being a billionaire, would try his best to make sure that his associates and persons who came up with him, would be doing good just the same, just like Jay-Z did. You know what I mean? Jay-Z even gave his longtime friend, Memphis Bleak, a trust, that trust as in money, like he is your kid, you know what I mean? And Memphis Bleak recently released this information during an interview with Drink Champs when he told Nori that he has some money tucked away courtesy of Jay-Z, you know what I mean? And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, no, that's a good friend. So it would be good if Puff Daddy could take some pages from Jay-Z's book. Jay-Z also paid for lawyer fees for Meek Mill and for Lil Wayne, and also secured that Lil Wayne got back a significant amount of his masters from the Universal label, you know what I mean? And he has done that for other artists as well. So Puff Daddy, like, you're already close to being a billionaire. There's no way you should be holding out on your artists and persons who helped you to build your empire. As you can see, this picture right there is rocking your brand. You're pointing on it, literally showing that this man is supporting your brand. And then now in hindsight, you are being selfish, withholding this man's royalty. This man has kids. Mase also stated that when he tried to get back his royalties, he noticed that his writers credited were registered to Christian Combs, which is Puff Daddy's son, Puff Daddy's firstborn. So can you imagine having worked all your life only to realize that when you're ready to collect that pension, it is registered to someone who wasn't even born during the time when you were creating the magic? That is very sad, and Puff Daddy should be very ashamed of himself. He also accused Puff Daddy of paying blogs and so forth. Of course, Puff Daddy owns a media house company, which is called Revolt. And Revolt has bought out several smaller companies and monopolized a section of the hip-hop media. So he is also accusing Puff Daddy of basically, preventing his music from being heard, his voice from being heard. And I definitely noticed something strange with the coverage of Mase's pleas. Popular hip-hop blogs such as The Shade Room and the DJ Academics have not carried anything despite Mase doing a freestyle song called The Orakle, which went viral. You know what I mean? They did not say anything about it. He also went to perform at Atlantic City in New Jersey, where he performed the song a cappella, which also went viral, and he received a standing ovation for the way he delivered it on the bars, which were all aimed at Puff Daddy. And this was also not carried by DJ Academics, which is a hip-hop blog, and it was also not carried by The Shade Room, who carries hip-hop and everything gossip. And that is very ironic to me. But this game is a money game, you know what I mean? It's not always about what is ethically right, you know what I mean? It's not about morals, and so persons will sell their morals for $1, you know what I mean? So Mase is going to be faced with a lot of uphill objections as he tries to explain himself. You know what I mean? Puff Daddy's connections are not no normal connections. And so I hope that he possesses the strength to fight back and he does get some support from other persons, you know what I mean? Even those with similar grosses with Puff Daddy and the bad boy camp. You know what I mean? Because basically trying to fight against someone who has the best lawyers in their corner and can throw money around and get people to shut their mouths, you know what I mean? Get people to blackball you. You know, that's a very uphill task. And so Mase is going to need all the help that he can get, you know what I mean, if he is indeed to score a victory against Puff Daddy. You know what I mean? This is a very, very, very sticky situation. It's the hardest thing to get back masters. You know what I mean? It's not something that a judge or a lawyer or anything can do. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to the person that has your masters to be very kind in their heart and give it back to you. You know what I mean? It's not something that, you know, it's not innately wrong. You signed it away, you signed the contract, then the person owns whatever you signed to them. You know what I mean? It is as simple as that. But we still hope for the best. You know what I mean? Give this man his masters.